Well, greetings, good day, good evening, wherever you may be. Time zones, huh? Time's an illusion anyway. Um, but yeah, I just find it rather wild that right now in the UK they're 5 hours in the future. Anyway, this video is not about that. I was reluctant to do this video today. Just wasn't really feeling like it, so I thought, you know what? Get past your ego, Craig, just break through that uncomfortable, lingering shyness and just do it. It will fall on the ears that it's supposed to. So the whole social media thing, I don't even know what channel to use these days. I'm not on many, just Instagram, Facebook, and here, YouTube. And I've kind of picked this one because I can just talk freely and not feel under pressure to put out little shorts, which I do. Powerful little bullet points and the rest of it. But I would rather to just take time, and because I'm a deep thinker, I don't know if you noticed, and I don't want to rush things out. But hey, we have different days, and it's a gloomy one here today. And it's not really helping because I love the sun. I love putting my feet on the earth, and I'm not favourable to the cold weather. I prefer hot weather. I tan very easy, and I tolerate it, and that's without sunscreen and sunglasses. And so there's so many new theories into that as well, which I'm not going to go into that today either. I kind of want to focus a little bit on social media, or anti-social media, fickle book as I call it sometimes. And what I see is so much division, so much hate. And in most of my posts, almost all of them, I've been putting about divide and conquer. It's one of the oldest tricks in their war book. And war never brings peace, by the way. I don't know if you have thought about that. And there's just people hating on each other, and they don't even know each other. I've put posts up that are impartial to either side of politics. I can't remember the last time that I used the word politics, because I call it what it is, and that's politics. I even came up with a little tongue twister. Politics by politics for polarized politics. And that's not to offend people, just to invoke deep thought, because I'm not out to bully and troll and make people feel bad about what they believe or not. Just invoke thought. But I put posts up, and it might be swaying to offending what's called the right wing. And then, oh, you're a lefty, you're a liberal, you're this, oh, go and die, eat shit, you're a retard, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, really? I'm not. I'm really not. I put a post up and I said I'm not either. I'm not even in the middle, because then you've got your alternative parties. And yeah, they are parties, and they have a party in the Houses of Parliament and so forth. Laughing, mocking each other is, honestly, it's more juvenile than being back at school. But my drive, my vision is to build a community, not a channel for myself. Like I said, I want to interact with people, so maybe I'll start doing more lives. You can ask me anything. I can get to know you. You can get to know me, because we just need. I was talking to my dad the other day, and it's kind of like we are overstimulated, and never before have we had so many facets of communication, on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, X, that I used to call Twitter. What's the other one? Snapchat, never been on that. And that's just a few. Telegram, Instagram, they're slightly different platforms. Signal, obviously they're in the category of Telegram. Text messages, iMessages. We just have so many ways of communicating, and the more ways there are of communicating, the less we communicate the way that we're supposed to do. And that is in an interpersonal level, in a group level. And there are groups going around, on the freedom and spiritual side of things, and that's fantastic. But I was talking to a dear friend yesterday, and it started getting toxic, because some people have these visions, these ideas of the way that things should be and should go. They start bringing in politics and things like that, and then they get angry and they get upset, and then the thing is, we are very sensitive beings, if you like, and I guess you can put one person in an empty room and they will start an argument, or there's always going to be a difference of opinions. But the way we get through this is agreeing to disagree and compromise, cooperation. Not everyone wants to do that. Um, and love. And love can mean many things. I think love is respect and holding space and compassion for people. Um, and saying, yeah, it's okay, you don't see it my way. You've walked in different shoes on a different path. You might have took the easy route. I've always took the hard one. I've always said, if there's a mountain in front of me and there's a tunnel, I'll climb the mountain, just to, not to say, yeah, I've done it, but to challenge myself. When I used to do running years ago with my brothers and my son back in England, I haven't done it for a while, running in general, about a year. But the last couple of years has been with dogs. But it was never to win. I did, but it was always a race against myself to beat my personal best. I didn't want a cookie or a star or a medal. It was just pushing myself, pushing myself, pushing myself. And that's growth, pushing ourselves to do things like I'm doing right now when I do this video, which is coming up for 7 minutes. So I'm gonna keep this shorter, and I will put it on Facebook and Instagram. I'm not about the likes, because what's more important to me is the views. Because I like to think that, because when I do this, it takes energy. Everything's energy, and this is my energy, my sincere, authentic, somewhat vulnerable energy. I didn't dress up for this one. I've not even had a shower yet. It's not about that. It's not about my face. I do have messages to share, many, many, and I know I'm loved for it, appreciated for it, and it resonates with a lot of people. But I'm not here to be loved. I've got to be loved, because the best kind of love is self-love. Because when you love yourself in an unnarcissistic way, everything else flows. I go out for walks in nature and I bump into people and I have the most beautiful conversations. Only the other day I met this really, and I felt his energy, this really vibrant man. And we had a little conversation for 5 minutes. What brought him to me was the dogs. He started talking about the dogs, because the dogs have just such pure energy. They do get a bit snappy with the other dogs, but maybe I'll do a separate video on my dog's personalities. And we just started talking, and he was from Iraq. He was married to a Ukrainian, and he was coming out of a store with some medicine for his children, apple cider vinegar, and I think it was prune juice or something like that. And I was like, I'm not going to go into all that pharmaceutical business, but medicine is from the earth. Medicine is natural. Everything was put here by our Creator to heal us, to assist in healing us, because our mind could do a lot of things. And it was just a beautiful conversation. It happened he was a Jehovah's Witness, actually. And most people think people from Iraq are Muslim, which everyone's being trained and manipulated, emotionally hijacked to hate at the moment. And I don't. I meet people from all walks of life. It's very diverse here. I'm an immigrant. I meet other immigrants. They're beautiful immigrants. Yes, there's good and bad in all walks of life, but we need to stop saying, this ain't your country, get out. Well, whose country is it? Our Creator's. People have always moved around, whether it be by boat, horse and cart, where maybe we weren't supposed to stay in the same place. Create a village, a dwelling, and then move on. Give back to nature, take what you need, but don't be greedy and materialistic and take more than you need. Because then we could talk about sustainability and everything. The world, I don't say planet, the world, Earth is being ravished right now by greedy uppers. I don't like calling them elites or entities, they're deletes. And they're the ones fueling it. But we all have responsibility to do our due diligence and be conscious ethically, morally, everythingly.